Hi guys!
Hello everybody!
Welcome to Original Games UK.
Indeed.
Today we are doing our top 10 games of all time.
Yes.
And we also have a dog with us.
We do.
Yeah.
Yes, that's all you need to know. Don't ask any more questions.
Okay.
You didn't steal her though. That's all you need to know.
Okay, right, so for anyone's top 10 games of all time,
Yeah.
we know that there's going to be controversy, we know that people are
Yes.
going to be agreeing with stuff we say, not agreeing with stuff
Absolutely.
we say, and that's fine.
I don't think anyone's got a top 10 out there which everyone agrees with.
No.
If somehow you do, you are actually a magician.
Yes. So, without further ado, I think we should start off with shout-outs, the games that
Yeah.
were close to the top 10, but didn't quite make the cut.
I've got quite a few.
Okay, I'll start off with,
Yeah.
I've got 3.
Okay, I've got what? 2, 4, 6, 7.
I could have done more, but I went for the just 3 that just instantly came to mind.
Okay.
Okay. And 2 of these were in my top. We did a top 10 games of all time when we first started the channel. So I'll put the link below if you want to see how things have changed. But 2 of the games that were in my top 10, one of them I put as my 3rd favourite game of all
Oh,
time.
I know what it is. I know what it is. I know what it is.
Xenoblade Chronicles
Yeah.
on the Wii. That game, I just say it's absolutely undeniable how good
Yeah.
that game is
Yeah.
for anyone, let alone an RPG fan. The only reason it's not made it in, I don't know. It's just other games have
Yeah.
just surpassed it.
I think it's because if someone said to you now, do you want to play Xenoblade Chronicles? You'd probably say no.
Yeah, definitely be like I might, but it's not like a definite. Whereas
Yeah.
one is top 10. Okay, the second one, and this one does cut me deep because this is actually objectively one of the best RPGs of all time.
Okay.
Chrono Trigger.
Yeah.
Chrono Trigger.
Understandable. Yeah.
And I mean, I've completed that game 3 times as well, which may not sound like a lot for some other people, but for how long that game is, and I've done
Yeah.
like 3 fully completed. They're not speedrunning it,
Yeah.
you know. So
Because there are like there's 3 Square Enix RPGs which always get kind of, I think, left behind for us, and that's Golden Sun,
yes,
Secret of Mana, and then Chrono Trigger. Yeah. And even though they're 3 incredible games, they always seem to get left behind.
I've just thought of one more actually.
Okay.
One more. Persona 4.
Yeah.
Persona 4, like that. It's got to be said. Persona 4.
Yeah.
And then
I thought it was 3.
it was 3.
I got an outpouring.
Persona 4 was the one that came into my head.
Yeah.
The other one is a game we both played recently.
Okay.
We fucking loved.
Okay.
We just played it just now.
Okay. Yeah. To be fair,
Okay.
let's withdraw it because it's on mine.
Dragon Quest 11.
Yeah.
And the only reason that is not featured in my top 10 is it a game I would play again?
Yeah.
To the extent I played it now, probably not.
Probably not. And for me, it's the reason why it's not on my top 10 is I can't quite figure out if I would put it on because I've just played it. But, you know, you kind of come off that little like high you get after finishing it, and I don't quite know if I loved it because I loved it, or if because I just finished playing it.
But
Yeah.
can we say though that as RPGs go, that
One of
is-
the best well-rounded.
That has
Yeah.
got to be a strong 96-97%
Oh,
for
easy.
anyone. I mean,
Easy.
the amount of hours in that game, the twists and turns,
Yeah.
gameplay, I could go on.
All the mechanics, like the forging and stuff, really, really good.
So they were my shout-outs to games that
Yes.
didn't quite make my top 10 for one reason or another, but games that are very near and dear to me.
Right, I shall do mine. Shout out for Golden Axe.
Hey!
Because don't let anyone know, but it's the best Mega Drive game. I mean, yeah, I know exactly. That Streets of Rage or Sonic.
There was an argument to be made.
I think that it's not objectively. I do get it. I'm not that mental. I do realise Streets of Rage is definitely a better beat 'em up, and I obviously do realise that Sonic is a better game.
But
Golden Axe,
I can see it.
I
I
love
can see
Golden
it.
Axe. Right, another one for Neo.
yes.
Obviously, it's very modern. I get that, but that game was basically like Dragon's Dogma. If anyone knows that, not in the way, but I'm saying in the fashion that they've put lots of different styles of games into one,
Yes.
and all the kinds of games that they mashed together for Neo, I fucking love. So Neo's on there. Persona 5.
Dun, 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 dun.
I
Yeah.
just
Dun,
love
dun.
Persona 5. Metroid Prime.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, it does hurt me that that hasn't made
Yeah.
our top 10.
That game was best GameCube game.
There's an argument to be made for, I think, single
Yeah.
player game
Yeah.
on GameCube. There is definitely.
Right, and I think
Not for me though, because there's one other one.
I'll do one more. I'll do Phantom Pain. Again, Snake Eater objectively is probably better, but for me, Phantom Pain was just an absolute joy to play.
Yes.
I thought the story was great.
We were playing it at the same time as well,
Yeah.
and we always like games that if we're playing it at the same time, it's like, have you done this bit?
Yeah.
Have you got that? How did you find that mission?
And I actually loved the way it was laid out. I know some people would hate the chapter system. I fucking love the
Yeah.
chapter system. It just felt like you were playing lots of mini games
Yeah.
in a big game.
It definitely made it more accessible for games that have like really long cutscenes usually,
Yeah.
and like at least now you know that, like, okay, I'll sit down and I will do this chapter.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
And the weapon system. I
Just knife right.
I adored the weapon system. It gave you that feeling of, right, I can do whatever I want. And not just the weapon system, the accessories and everything else you could do. I mean, there's a cardboard box there. that caught my attention. The active decoys, the decoys. Choice. That game was all about choice, and for that, I absolutely adored it.
Right.
Right.
So, those were all our shout outs.
Yes.
Let us know what you think. Are you disappointed that some of them weren't there? Are you
Yeah.
happy that we at least mentioned them?
Well, I think they can only be disappointed once they hear our top tens. Yeah.
Right.
Right, okay, I should just say mine's in no particular order. Because if it was in a particular order, you'd need to, like, threaten me, because I don't think I'd be able to do it.
I've been a good boy and I've ordered it.
I genuinely. I mean, okay, I'll try.
I'll
try on the fly.
I'll give them some time to think. Right, I will start proceedings off
Yes, please do.
with a game that has been remastered recently. Originally came out on the Sega Dreamcast.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
sure
boy.
you all know what it is. A game that is a lot of people's favourite game of all time, has a strong cult following, and it is the unbelievable
Ooh,
Shenmue.
he's got the physicals out.
Yeah, I get the physicals out right here. Oh. Yeah. I don't know how much more I can say about this, or
Yeah.
people can say about it. I'm sure now that you all know what it's about. Yu Suzuki's like open world, genre-defining game,
Yeah.
Shenmue, following the story of Ryo Hazuki and like his search for revenge against his father and how that changes on his journey.
Yes.
I'm going for solely Shenmue. Shenmue 2 is great, but this was the one that got me into the series. And I didn't play this at the time when it was released. I played this years and years after, and it still holds up today. Because I always said that one of the reasons why it may not have featured in my top 10 was because of how clunky the controls were with the Dreamcast.
Yeah.
So when I played it again on PS4, it reconfirmed the reasons why.
Yeah.
This is the gatekeeper to my top 10. So, yeah, Shenmue.
Right. I will try on the fly here to put them in an order. Right. My number 10, I'm going to say, is Devil May Cry.
Okay, which...
And I would say, if you force me, if you if you put my testicles
Yes.
in and you will let
Some
to-
calipers.
some calipers. I'd say 3. Devil May Cry 3. With 4 being a very close second. The game is incredible. I mean, I think when Devil May Cry 3 came out, I think I would have been about 14, 15, I think. I think it came out like 2004, 2005, maybe even 2003 actually. And around that age, it was like, it defined for me, kind of like action, beat 'em up. It was like basically, right, I love Streets of Rage. I want that in 3D.
Yes.
With more options, crazy combos, and I just don't
The combo system in Devil May Cry.
Flash, just
A Flash,
pure
yeah.
Flash.
I just love how cool.
Yeah, and in fact, the story in that game is actually arguably the best story. The characters are awesome. You all know it's Devil May Cry. I mean, obviously, Devil May Cry 5 is coming out, which obviously we're all looking
Yes.
forward to that. But yeah,
Okay, right.
right.
Simon actually has already mentioned this game that is now
Ooh.
coming in at my number 9, and he was saying that objectively this is a better game than Phantom Pain.
yeah.
You all know it. Snake Eater.
Yeah.
Snake Eater.
Yeah.
The start of the Metal Gear Solid franchise in terms of timeline.
Yes. Yeah. 60s.
yes, the level design,
Yeah.
the story, and the atmosphere this stealth game creates is just the
Unparalleled,
best.
isn't it?
Yeah, it is unparalleled.
You don't know what my favourite thing is? The camo percentages. I just really love figuring out like what camo is best for what situation.
I think the game is unbelievably good. I've completed Snake Eater, I want to say, when I've completed it on this HD collection twice. I've completed it on the PS2 at least 6 times.
Yeah.
I've done like all the different things with like how to kill the ender. You can like go and like
Yes.
wait for them to time out.
Yeah.
Or
You can kill him early in the game, can't you, when you go into that little facility?
yeah, yes, I've done that. I think just as with all Metal Gear games, I love the Easter eggs and the little things that you can do that make the whole experience just so.
And the thing
theme
is,
song.
everyone knows how fucking good Snake Eater is.
Yes.
Like, I think Snake Eater is honestly one of like the objectively top 10. Like, when people do top 10 lists, you'll probably find Snake Eater on there.
And out, would you say the theme song
Oh.
for Snake Eater? I mean,
One of the best. Genuinely, it's one of the
it's
best.
better than modern James Bond songs.
Yeah. Hold it. Right, I'll do my next one. Mine's a PS4 game coming up.
Okay.
It is Nier Automata.
Ooh.
Yeah, so this one is obviously a fairly new addition to the top 10. This is not my last one. Where can I start with this game? Obviously, similar to stuff like Devil May Cry, that's obviously I've gone from like another kind of action game to another action game.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
Character design, incredible. Story is actually insanely good.
Yeah.
With so much depth, it's kind of hard to believe, to be honest. Action is incredible. If you guys haven't played it, I would honestly say this might be one of my biggest recommendations. Nier Automata is actually a bit of a masterpiece, to be honest.
I know the music is.
Music is incredible.
Yes.
Honestly, I don't think there's one bad thing about it.
No. And to say as well, we weren't like we kind of always had an eye out for this game, but we weren't going to get it. And then I got it
Yes.
for your birthday.
Yeah.
It's definitely one that I want to go through at some point.
Yeah, it's mentally
The
good.
first actually level reminds me of the shell from Metal Gear Solid 2. Where Metal Gear Solid 2
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of like industrial factory
Industrial-
kind of thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Honestly, I think this might be my biggest recommendation to play. Yeah.
Putting it out there.
Yeah.
Okay. For those of you who are our age, you may have heard of a little game called Pokemon.
No.
Wow. This isn't Pokemon. I loved Pokemon. I love the TV show. I love the cards. But this game for me was my answer to everything I wanted from a Pokemon game, and then some.
Yep.
Dragon Warrior monsters. So addictive. I mean,
Yeah.
the fact that the last game I did on this was called Aid 9, so you're going to have 4 things.
Yeah.
So it was the 9th run through I had of it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so 3-on-3 format.
Yeah.
Fighting with monsters, so you've got the whole Pokemon thing there.
The biggest difference, though, wouldn't it, would be the breeding system.
The breeding system.
Yeah.
I mean, anything that's like a bit of a surprise to you, it's like, oh, what are these 2 things going to make?
Yeah.
And then they're going to inherit the skills from their
Yeah.
mom and dad. Like, but then it's when it goes like, oh, we seem to have made a new species. And you're like, and then also, I will say, as a game and the game design, I think for this type of game,
Yeah.
it's the best. I have got to say that.
Yeah.
Right.
I've got to say that.
Yeah. And then this is Terry as well. So I think
Yes. There was like was there 2 versions of it?
there's 2 versions of Dragon Warrior Monsters 2.
Yes. Yeah.
But I think they've changed the design a bit because obviously with it being like the Game Boy Color graphics.
Yeah.
I was used to
Well,
think.
it's black and white now, I believe. The game is, or is it like green and white or something?
No, like if you play it on the Game Boy, it would be.
Yeah, that's of course. Yeah, because we played it on the Super Game Boy,
Yeah.
which I think outputs it to black and white, doesn't it? I think.
What you can see is if you play Dragon Quest Heroes, so this is Terry, and on here he comes across as quite a young boy.
Yeah.
But in Dragon Quest Heroes,
He's definitely an adult. Yeah.
he's definitely an adult.
We'll say which game is Terry in? Actual like
I don't know if he is.
Yeah.
I think it's this.
Ah, okay. Right.
But yeah, this honestly is like one of the games of my childhood.
Yeah. Right. This one actually is quite easy actually to put next, because I think after that it gets a bit more complicated. Phantasy Star 4. What an incredible game!
Am I right in saying this? Like, I know you didn't play on this, but
No.
how you were saying earlier, the Golden Axe. Could Phantasy Star 4, wasn't Phantasy Star 4 on Mega Drive?
It was,
So that could be obvious.
and SNES as well.
So that
Actually, I think it might be SNES only. I'm actually don't comment that because obviously I never played it on the system. I played it on the Mega Drive Collection on PSP. That was my first introduction to it. It's basically like 2D RPG at its best. I think if your favorite Final Fantasy is 6,
yes.
you would absolutely adore.
I remember
Phantasy Star
you
4.
saying when we did the top 10 games of all time, and this one was on there, that like because of obviously the limited memory, like the moves were like limited to like three letters,
words, yeah.
and you knew like which each one of them was and what they would do.
I don't think I've ever done that on an old school RPG.
No.
Like when you play Final Fantasy 1 to like 3, you don't really learn what half the moves are. You're
No.
like, right, I'll just attack and I'll do like fire. You keep it very simple. With this game, I went so in depth. I remember before the final boss, I ground everyone to max level. Now on a game
like that, an old school RPG, that is not the same as doing it now.
like I think I got through like level 70, killed the final boss, and even then I was like, right, I'm gonna go back and grind everyone to max level because I want to kill the boss as quickly as possible.
I don't think we've ever done that for a modern game.
No. And there was just something about Phantasy Star 4 which I don't know what it genuinely actually I can't put my finger on it, but it just has just that perfect RPG vibe that just wants you to like be as good as possible. It wants you to put in so much time because it does feel so rewarding to do it.
And if you
In
guys,
honesty, it was so good.
if you guys want to play that now, most of you, well, like I'm generalising, but most of you may have a PS4 Mega Drive Collection. It's on there.
I think that Mega Drive Collection actually may be released on PC, you know, as well.
Okay, so yeah, if you've not played it before, definitely go with Sam's recommendation. I've actually put I think about 3 or 4 hours into it, and weirdly enough, I did it on the Wii Virtual Console version.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was
Honestly, yeah.
as with all games in my top 10, they all mean a lot to me, and this is another one that was like a surprise hit from Capcom.
Ooh.
Wasn't a fighting game.
Ooh.
Wasn't Devil May Cry.
Ooh.
Wasn't Resident Evil.
Ooh, I think I might know what it is.
Oh,
Kami.
Oh, Kami. Released as a download as well for the PS3 and also a physical edition for the PS4.
Which you have. I think if I'm right, isn't this one of the few games that you've got every version that they've ever released?
Yes.
Yeah.
Legend of Zelda style dungeons.
Yeah.
You play as Amaterasu, like the Sun God, like reincarnated as a wolf. And with the Wii, obviously, it kind of, as you're using like a paintbrush.
I think the Wii actually might be one of the best versions of
Yeah,
it. Probably not graphically
No, so
or how it runs.
If this was graphically as powerful as the PS4, PS3 version, this would be the only game I would ever choose to play with a remote.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what I mean. It almost like it's almost like they made the game for the Wii.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the way it's like designed and stuff.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the cel shaded graphics.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the music. I don't know if it's the gameplay. I don't know if it's story. Oh wait, I do. It's all fucking all of it.
It's all of it. And to be fair, this is another one objectively a lot of people would put on their top 10. Like some people, it's the best Capcom game.
Yeah.
For some people, it's the best game. It's the best Nintendo game. Like for some people, Akami is the shit.
I think what I would say is most people who don't place it highly have never played it. And everyone who's played it is like, oh my. Because I kind of like, when I got it, I was like, I'll give it a go. Oh my god, I was like, I was absolutely hooked.
Yeah.
I just loved everything about it. So that's why was my number 7, I think.
Right. Let's go for what is arguably some people's best game of all time.
Okay.
For a lot of people, this is in their top 10.
Okay.
And for me, I think this is my 3rd one or it's my 4th one I've done.
So this is going to be your number 7 because you've done Devil May Cry, you've done Golden Axe, and you've done Phantasy Star 4. So this is now your number 7.
I think going back to my suggestions, wasn't it? I think.
Oh, it was.
So it was Devil May Cry,
Nier.
Phantasy Star Fox. This is my
7.
7.
Yes.
Right. It is Final Fantasy 7.
7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What has genuinely by this point, there's nothing more I can add to how this game is loved by people, received by people, critics, fans. I don't think I can add anything more which has already been said, apart from the fact that I love the game.
Yeah.
I genuinely don't know what more I can add. Cloud is one of the most iconic characters of all time.
Ever. The ending battle fight music is iconic.
The story, even people who haven't played the game know the story.
Yes.
Like that's how iconic the whole game is.
It's one of those games that has traversed game culture and gone
Yeah,
into
it really
popular
has.
culture.
And deservedly so. It is arguably one of the best Final Fantasies.
Yes.
And to be fair, actually, pretty much reinvented Final Fantasy. Like the Final Fantasies we've got today, like you could argue it's like Granddad is 1, but its dad is 7.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I actually, as I say, there's no real point in me saying anymore. You guys already know.
Right.
Right.
So this is now my number 6. PS3 exclusive.
Okay.
In Europe.
Okay. Okay. I know what this is.
As with most games in this series, we have to wait longer than Japan.
We do.
But when we get it, we get the full-fledged thing.
That's very true. It's very true.
And this is my favourite game in that series.
I know what it is.
And it is Tales of Grace's F. Yeah. Yes, you're probably like, oh my god, is that your favourite game in the Tales of series? Yes, I just said it. Yes.
Hold that L.
Yes, it is. Yeah. I bought a PS3 to play this.
Yeah. Yeah, genuinely, we can leave that there. I'm being serious. If you do that, that's how much you like something.
Look how much me and Simon loved it.
Oh!
There's a post-game thing called the Zone Cage in Tales of Graces. Like
we made our own walkthrough.
We made our own walkthrough of what you get, who you fight at the end, and what rare drops you can find.
That's like 3 weekends worth of work.
Yes.
Like that's how much we love the game.
Also completed this game 3 times, which I have completed one of the Tales of game more, which is Tales of Symphonia. But I've also Tales of Symphonia the longest. Yeah. But for the fact of pure fun, us playing on it, I think the Tales of experience with this, the combat in this game.
Combat is the best. And even I'm saying that. The combat is the best.
I may go out on a whim and say that as an action-based JRPG, this has the best combat system ever.
I will say, I would say as well on that, I think it's the second best co-op game we've ever played. And I think it's very obvious what the first one is. Okay. But I think it's the second best co-op game we've ever played. It's honestly, if you've got one system, 2 friends and 2 controllers and this game, it is incredibly fun.
Yes.
Like the characters you can pick and the way you go into fights, you can like dominate the enemy. Like, there's a lot of strategy involved in the game.
I controlled Asbel and Simon usually played Malik.
Malik was a beast.
Yeah. So we just were trapping them in like big magic things, and I keep the combo going. Yeah. Then like you'd use your like knives or whatever he does.
I mean, like, we did that game was on like 2 times difficulty.
We had it on 2 times difficulty, but accidentally had it where you took 4 times damage. Yeah. And we didn't realise it wasn't just the enemy taking, you're taking 4 times damage.
We still fucking did it.
Yeah, we still did it.
Yeah.
I think it was the Chaos difficulty.
Yeah. That's how much we fucking love that game. Yeah. Right. It gets hella hard for me now, guys. I'm not gonna lie. But I think I've got one.
So coming in at Sam's number 6.
Persona 4.
Persona 4. Yeah. Thank fuck you put it on here.
Yeah.
I'm so glad.
Okay, where should we start? Okay, I think we should say for the Persona series as a whole, stylistically, it might be my favourite game series. The way the game is made, the way, obviously where it's set, obviously we love games set in Japan.
That for me, the way they captured the culture of Japan, and they kept the game, like in terms of the village areas and stuff, they kept them small.
And also, but focused. So the game was so focused.
Yes. Yeah. There's so much going. It was a vibrant, small.
Yeah.
That to me is what separated that game from a lot of other RPGs.
I will say as well, the story is incredible. Like it's an actual proper story.
Yes.
you know, it's not like whimsical and kind of.
They have a TV series because of it.
Yeah, honestly, Persona 4 is absolutely incredible. Also, the combat is probably better than 5, I would say. It's just incredible. If you've never played Persona before, just play any of them and you'll be absolutely fine.
Yes.
It might be one of the most consistent RPG series. Yeah.
I've just got to say, because I'm like with music.
Oh, the music.
Well, but music in Persona 4 is something else.
And the music in Persona.
Yes.
Is just incredible. The opening, I know this, I'm going off, but the opening on 5, I never skipped it.
No.
The opening on 5, like the animation and the music, just got me hyped whenever I turned the game on. I loved it. But anyway, yeah, that's different. Persona 4 is incredible.
Right, now we get to those games that...
Top 5 now.
Top 5, these games will never move outside my top 10. Like,
Yeah.
never. And the next one, Simon has given you all a bit of something by giving you Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
And he's been what you want. Because he's given you the answer that 90% of you want.
Yeah,
I'm going to give you the
answer.
I'm going to give you the answer
2%.
that all of you are going to hate, except for about 2%.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry that you made it disagree, but I'm not sorry for putting it in.
I will say, before Aiden goes on to tell you what it is, I read an article recently, actually, where someone was saying it doesn't deserve the amount of hate that it gets. But anyway, yeah, let's go on to what.
You all know what it is now. Final Fantasy 13. To put this in context for me, it was my 20th birthday, and also it was my first ever experience of playing a Final Fantasy game.
Yeah.
And it was like HD on the 360. I was really, really getting into my own like gaming.
Yeah.
And this character, Lightning, the storyline. Okay, the storyline.
I say, as much people hate Snow, and to be fair, his dialogue is a bit cringy. The character was really cool.
Lightning,
all
Hope.
of them are cool.
Yes, Lightning, Hope, and Snow.
Yeah.
I fucking love that team. The storyline is like, yeah. At first you're like, because I was also thinking, I hadn't played 12. I was like, is this following from 12? Because I have no clue what's going on.
Yeah.
I think a game where you have no clue what's going on, you're dying a lot, you don't understand the paradigm system, and you're like, what the fuck is this? And you keep playing it.
That
says something.
Yeah.
And then the more I put into it, I got shit tons back.
Yeah.
And then I was like, then I realised the paradigm system is one of the smartest, most
Oh.
elegant.
The paradigm system is ridiculously good.
Yes.
It's shallow when you look at it for the first time and think, alright, I'll just go from magic to attack. That's not difficult.
No.
And then once you're like 80 hours in, you're like, right, Synergist, Saboteur, right, you're going to be Commando, you're going to be Sentinel.
Quick, Tortoise, medics, get my medics in, heal for a minute, second.
And,
Yeah.
you think, and you know, I do get that some people have an issue with it. I get it. Like, you can have as many issues as you like, but
it's
for us,
linear, like
for us, I can't find an issue with it. to be honest.
the two things to me that separate this game from other RPGs is the paradigm system,
Yeah.
so the combat, and the music. Masashi Hamauzu.
Yeah, to be fair, the music in 13 and also 13-2.
I think even people who don't like Final Fantasy 13 don't argue about the fact that the music in it
The music is ridiculous.
is something else.
Yeah.
So
Blinded by Light for days, boy.
Blinded by Light, yes. Final Fantasy 13.
Right.
Camera
so,
cut out, so we are back.
My number 5. So we've just done Aiden's number 5.
Yes.
My number 5. It's a game that we've already mentioned, that Aiden's already mentioned. And it is Tales of Vesperia.
Yes.
What an absolute incredible game. Okay, so I went through this game like 6 times. It might have even been 7 times.
Which is crazy, because Tales of Vesperia, I think, is one of the more challenging games in the series, especially first run through. I mean, playing Carol against the boss.
Oh god, I'm actually, that might be the hardest part, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is saying something. And you did like everything.
I mean, yes, I ground probably the most I've ever done on an RPG. No, there's one more.
Yeah,
Okay,
hold
so
on.
It's the second most amount of grounding I've ever done on an RPG. The characters might be some of my favourite from RPGs. Full stop.
What I think the fact
Yuri Lowell. The fact that I call myself in games, I always give my game character the second name Lowell because of this game.
Yes.
Yuri Lowell is insane. Duke might be Duke for me, and I'm going to say something here which a lot of you will get really angry at. Duke is better than Sephiroth for me. I think Duke is a better badass than Sephiroth.
Dude, I want to upset people with 13.
I know.
What are you doing?
I don't care anymore.
No one's watching.
Flynn is insane.
Flynn is the best NPC
Yeah,
ever.
We're gonna get to play as him
I know.
soon, which is
I know.
line. I mean, I even love like the characters that people hate, like Raven. I really like Raven. Estelle, I really like Estelle. Judith, I really like Judith. Carol's really cool. The fact that Rapide's in it, and Rapide is fucking awesome.
Yes.
I love that game. I just absolutely adore that
art
game.
style,
Yeah.
gameplay,
Yeah.
the methodical combat that you've got in that. Yeah. I can totally understand. And I think this is what's incredible about Tales of series is before I put in Tales of Symphonia in my top 10.
Yeah.
Tales of Vesperia
Yeah.
has consistently stayed there. Tales of Grace is in for me this time. I mean,
Exilia was really good.
Exilia for when we played it together. That game when we played it together from start to finish was incredible. You're in the way, Pippa.
No, Jesus. Right, so number 4. Go for number 4.
Number 4 is a game that I played on the GameCube.
Oh.
And this was so anti-GameCube. This did not make sense on the GameCube, and it is 4. It is a number 4 game.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Had to be.
Resident Evil 4.
Yeah.
After my best game ever, this is the game that I've completed the most.
Yeah.
I've completed this game on the GameCube. I've
Yes.
completed this game on the 360.
Tell 'em.
I've completed this game on the PS4.
Yeah.
I've completed this game on the Wii.
Yeah, and you've done it on every mode, on every console.
Yeah, I've done it on normal.
Got all the weapons.
Yeah, professional. This. Okay, level design.
Yeah.
This is the best level design in any game ever.
Yeah, I mean, people know that village layout. People who haven't played the game know the village layout. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it tells you something, the fact that, like, I played it, I loved it, it wasn't a genre that I thought I was going to love.
Yeah.
Sans played it, he loved it. My cousin, who only plays RPGs, played on this just as much as I ever have. Yeah. It's so addictive, so well laid out. The atmosphere, so fun. Leon S. Kennedy. I mean, Chris can fuck off. Claire can fuck off. Leon.
Yeah, people know Leon's the best. Yeah. And again, no one's. I don't think anyone's going to argue with this one. People know how good Resi 4 is.
This is what I said to Simon. I think last time when I did the top 10s, I've got a feeling Resident Evil 4 was my number 9.
Yeah.
And then this time I was like kind of saying, okay,
I know. On reflection,
the games that come into my head straight away, that's got to be my top whatever.
Yeah. And I can't argue. That game is insanely good.
Yeah. Resident Evil 4. Oh my god.
Right. I have got 4 left. Actually, yeah, I've got 4 left, and I'm finding it difficult now. I am finding it difficult.
Well, I think I know what your number 1 is.
Yeah. Oh God. All right. Oh. Oh Lord. Right. I'm gonna have to go. Yeah. I have to. My number 4. And I think this might shock Hayden. My number 4 is Crisis Core.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought that was going to be the number 1.
Yeah. I think on reflection, I think I've got to put it there. My top 4 is very, very close, but Crisis Core number 4.
I've had 3 Final Fantasy games in the top 10.
What can I say about this game that... Actually, fair, I can say a lot about this game, actually, because no one really talks about it.
No, they don't. You're one of the only people I've ever known who says this is the number 1 in the Final Fantasy series, let alone top 3.
Story is incredible. I think as well, it really, really helps if you play it 7 first, then Crisis Core, because it basically just fills in all these little nuggets.
Yeah.
From 7, like, oh, okay, that's where the Buster Sword came from. Oh, okay, that's where Cloud's trainer came from, and it just everything kind of fits into place when you play it. The characters are insanely good. The combat, like the Ariel system, is insanely good. The cutscenes for a PSP game
I've seen some
are
cutscenes.
actually mental, and I think that for me, the fact that it was on a handheld really kind of sold it for me as well. There was something about playing it everywhere, which really was just.
I'm waiting for the remake or something of it. I mean, a PS Vita remake, please.
Oh.
Please.
Please.
Please. Because I want to play that game.
Yeah, it really is good. It really is insanely good. I say, this is the game that I ground on the most. Okay, I hesitate to say, about 8 to 10 run-throughs.
Yeah.
Easy. It was non-stop. It's okay, so when I had my PSP, it was basically Crisis Core, Dark Resurrection, and I would basically just go
and
half an hour. Oh yeah, and that. So half an hour on Dark Resurrection, 2 days on Crisis Core.
Yeah.
And I would just like rotate that, and it must have been a year non-stops on Crisis Core. I did everything, maxed out everything, did all side quests, killed like the end boss. I won't spoil it. Killed like the end boss in like 5 to 10 moves. I literally couldn't have done any more on that game.
I'm glad that it still stayed in the top 5
Yeah.
though, because everything you've ever told me about that game is one of the only Final Fantasy games that you've played that I haven't, so definitely
Yes.
definitely to press that. Right, the next one is the only one I've technically cheated on, because it is a fighting game and I couldn't decide between 2 in the series.
Yours really bad. I know what my next one is.
Right.
Actually, yeah, because this is your third.
Right.
This was my third as well. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
okay. Third Strike and Ultra Street Fighter 4.
And this is exactly what I would have put in as well.
Because I can't decide between them. Okay, if you want the experience that we had, like against each other, offline, competitive, high level gameplay, and a beautiful art style, the parry mechanic
the best art style.
yes.
Arguably the best mechanic as well.
Yeah, I think the best mechanic, and like has got to go to Third Strike. And then for fun,
Yeah.
Bring
Being
in-
able to dip in and out
oh yes,
easily. Yeah.
just these. This is when games surpass a game, and it's more like a lifestyle then.
Genuinely. Okay, this is, without a shadow of a doubt, the most time I've spent on any game.
Yes.
Like, this outshines everything, probably like 5 to 10-fold. The amount of time we've spent on this game beggars belief.
I mean, I think the fact that like when most people say, "Oh, kind of what games are you into?" Normally I go like, "Oh, I'm into Street Fighter. I'm into Final Fantasy." It's normally one of the first things I say.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. We should say, as well, if you have a friend like we do, it's one of the best things to play. There's just something, again, Smash would easily be in this kind of like same bracket.
Yes.
It's just so much fun. And as well, it gives you, I don't think I've ever played a game which gives you that same feeling of like self-fulfillment. Like when you do a combo, or when you, basically as I say, like when you do something that you think is super cool or was actually kind of intelligent
And when
to
you
do.
both understand it, and you're like, "Oh,
Yeah. Like he just did that.
He just backdashed on my wake up."
Yeah. Like it's just,
Yeah.
Street Fighter will actually be in this top 10 probably the only game that we will consistently play from now until our hands probably break.
I think how I said like Shenmue is the gatekeeper to my top 10. I think Street Fighter is the gatekeeper to like our top 3.
Yeah, it absolutely
And that
is.
Yeah, it's definitely given me some good fondest gaming memories, along with the saltiest.
Oh yeah,
But
Yeah. And obviously Street Fighter 5 has put a little dampener on Street
Yeah.
Fighter as a whole, but still,
But for us, like whenever Simon comes round,
it's always
90% of the time we are going to play a Street Fighter.
even if it's only for half an hour.
Yeah.
You're almost guaranteed we are going to play it. So yeah.
So yeah, Street Fighter, very very special one.
So now for your top 2.
Top 2. Right.
Well,
I you know what number 1 is.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. But I
But,
think
like,
number
if you're
two,
subscribed to the
actually,
channel, you know what number 1 is.
Yeah.
Number 2
Number 2.
is a similar to Final Fantasy VII. It was a genre-defining one in terms of it went 3D in that series. This went 3D in this series.
Okay.
On the N64.
Okay. Or yeah, it just has to be. Yeah, it just has to be.
Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, I think for a lot of people probably watching, they'll be like, okay, you haven't mentioned this series yet.
Yeah.
You have to mention this series. If it's A Link to the Past, if it's Majora's Mask, even if it's, what is it, Spirit Tracks? Spirit Tracks.
Mention the
Just
series.
mention something of this series, yeah.
But I know like Breath of the Wild was like for a lot of people was like
Yeah.
but
For me, it was always actually A Link to the Past
Yeah.
and Minish Cap.
Minish Cap, yeah.
Those were always my favourites.
Link's Awakening.
Oh no,
Majora's
sorry.
Mask.
Link's Awakening and Minish Cap
Cap.
for me, yeah.
But that's the thing. All those games are incredible, and Ocarina of Time, I think, is just a step above so many other.
Yeah.
Like I don't. I mean,
Minus Water Temple.
minus Water Temple. So if you play on the 3DS,
Yeah. It's
get-
much easier, isn't it?
yeah, you just be able to just tap the screen to be able to get your water boots on and off.
Yeah.
But apart from that, the design of the levels is unsurpassed.
Story.
The storyline is unsurpassed.
Yeah.
The just iconic music,
Yeah.
the iconic Legend of Zelda music is. I don't even know how to put into words how important that music is alongside the game.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean by that actually.
I think it's
like some games are made better by the music. Yeah.
I think the thing is with most other games I've done up to now, I can understand how they wouldn't be everyone's cup of tea.
Yeah.
But this game can't be argued that it's a masterpiece.
And that's the thing. A lot of people will say that. Like this isn't an unreasonable one. Everyone was probably waiting for it to be honest. Yeah.
So Arkham of Time, I'm sure most of you are playing it, and it stayed at my number 2 spot for 2.
And I don't think it'll live. I think your top 2 will forever stay your top 2. To be honest.
Yeah.
Right. My number 2. Now obviously Crisis Core was, to be fair, because Street Fighter I think might forever be number 3. I feel like nothing can really move from that spot.
Yeah.
And to be fair, Crisis Core was so difficult not to put at this spot. But I had to put this game in instead. And I'm going to be very specific as well. Pokemon Yellow.
Pokemon Yellow, yeah.
This actually might be the game that I love the most. Genuinely, I don't think it's the best game in this top 10, but the game that I love the most is Pokemon Yellow.
I think the thing is with Pokemon is when I say to you, what things do you remember from your childhood?
Yeah.
To anyone our age,
yeah.
Most people are going to say Pokemon.
Yeah. It was a phenomenon. It truly was. Now that played into how much I love the game.
People are still playing it now, and kids are still growing up in it now.
Yeah. But Pokemon Yellow for me, I think it almost, like, if I didn't have that in my childhood, I would be missing. And this actually is quite a sad thing to say, but I'd be missing a hole from my childhood. It was something synonymous with my bringing up.
I remember you saying before in the last video we did. You said something about along with eating, drinking, and sleeping. This was.
I remember at my grandma's house, she had some bunk beds put in, and I couldn't play the Game Boy at night because obviously it wasn't backlit, so I couldn't see. And I had everything. I had the little hook-on lights that you plugged in. I had everything. I had even the one that flipped over the front. So in the end, I remember begging my dad just to buy a lamp that hooked onto the bed just so I could play my Pokemon Yellow at night. It's the RPG that I've gone through the most amount of times without even a shadow of a doubt. This basically, when I was a kid, I'd read Harry Potter and I'd play Pokemon Yellow.
Yeah.
That was literally that was literally almost everything I did. Been through it easily 20 to 50 times, if not more. Sometimes I would just grab my starter, and then I'd grab 5 more Pokemon from the first couple of areas, and I would just try and finish the game with that. I wouldn't even try and capture anything more. So they're like my speed runs. I would try and obviously I've done all the Pokemon multiple times. The missing no cheat, all the dungeons, all the areas. It's without doubt, as I say, it's not the best game I've played, but for how much I love the game, it's just incredible.
I don't think I ever want to say this about a game because I don't want to sound so sad, but I'm sure as gamers wouldn't sound it. Not many games define people.
No,
but I would definitely say that in a Street Fighter onwards, there's certain games that are part of.
I can't imagine never having played it.
No, yeah.
It's just
I feel a bit different.
Yeah. I mean, and that's never even to mention Pokemon Red was obviously incredible, but for me, Yellow was cool.
I've read
watching the TV show and actually having Pikachu always be behind you in the game, having to have Pikachu.
You were organic Pokemon.
That was that to me. I was playing the TV show as well, which really for me was just incredible. And obviously for me, I had Pokemon Silver instead of Pokemon Gold. For me, that game, arguably, isn't actually how good a game is. That game is actually better than Yellow. Yes. But for me, Yellow just was just my favourite. And then even the games after that were just incredible. Genuinely, a life-changing game.
I can't believe the next one made your number 1 spot.
I know.
Right.
The thing is though, it has to.
I did have that ready there. I think that was because of the water temple.
Yes.
Yeah. But that's my number 1. No.
Right now, right. Yeah. This is easy from now, to be honest. Yeah.
This will never change.
No.
This can never be beaten, and it's probably the one in my across the top 10s that is the least well known.
Easily. Yeah.
For people who
pull out the least played system as well.
Yeah. So for people who watch the channel, I'm sorry that I'm going on about this game again. And I don't know if you can see the poster, but on the Sega Saturn, my favourite, exclusive to the Sega Saturn, my favourite game ever is Dragon Force.
Yes. Not the band. Don't search it on Google actually, because it will get confusing.
I mean, the fact that I got this, okay, this is an expensive game to buy now.
It is, yeah, what we're talking 80 to 100, aren't we? Minimum?
Yeah, that one's like 150.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's the American version done by Working Designs, so you can kind of see
You get
the gold embossed right.
And also, all American Sega Saturn games came in a plastic case rather than. Well, that's still plastic.
but by different. Like,
Yeah,
yeah. And so yeah, here's the European version. Right, real-time strategy does
Yes.
not get any better than this.
No.
I mean, the fact that you've got 8 like kings and queens to play, so you've got 8 storylines from the get-go. 8
And isn't it like 150 plus
characters.
characters?
Yeah,
Yeah.
150 plus characters. Yeah, some of them are duplicates in terms of the way they look, but most
But they
of
actually
them
all are unique. Yeah.
And the fact that like, okay, the combat. There is no other game that has combat like this.
Well, it is none. There's obviously, and when we have looked, we
Yes.
have looked. There's none we can find.
No, the art style. It's just got like a realistic, gritty
Yeah.
look to it. I can't describe what it looks like.
I mean, we should just say, 89 have just started a new file on
Yeah.
it. Even now,
Okay.
we're still playing it.
Let's just think about this way.
Yeah.
If like most people would like a general game on this,
Mm.
I'm gonna say is like anything from like 25 to 40 hours.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so as I said, there's 8 warlords.
Yes.
And then I've completed it. Obviously, with every character on this.
I think that, let's say minimum, it's hundreds of times.
I've played it the remaster on PS2, which is only in Japanese.
And you actually learned Japanese.
I was able to play the game fully competently and know what was going on
Yeah.
in Japanese
Yeah.
because I know the game that well.
Yeah.
Music, I say, I listen to this soundtrack every week.
Yeah, and to be fair, the music is, like, for me, Mikkel's theme might be one of my favourite. Junan's theme.
Shooting theme.
Yeah.
Okay, character design.
Yeah.
Can I just say, like, let's just
Also just working designs, character design is
yeah.
also really good. Yeah.
Junon, Ween, and Mikkel. Those 3. Oh my god! Like the fact that they're all in one game, designed by like one person or one like group of people, and then I could go on to mention like 50 other characters
Yeah,
that are
easily.
absolutely amazing in the
Yeah.
design. I think what it is with me is there's not many games that will get 100%.
Yeah.
This gets 100% in like every gameplay.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Story. Yes.
Yeah.
Replayability. Yes.
Yeah.
Music. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I literally can't think of anything that it falls behind on.
And also, I mean, I also kind of think for you, one of the main reasons why you love Fire Emblem so much is because of this. I think if you hadn't have played this first, you may not even like Fire Emblem as much. It influenced the games you like after this.
It's one of the only games that we go back and play from this kind of era, and we go back and play it like every year.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So, Dragon Force, my friend, you will never be moved from my number one spot. And can we please have I mean, I'd love to say, could we have a PS4 like remastered edition on physical?
Yeah.
But I just want to download. Oh yeah. So that was the other thing I was going to say. I've got 2 physical copies of the European version.
Yeah.
I have the American version. I have the soundtrack.
Yeah.
I have the guide. I have
Art
a poster. I have an art book. I have the PS2 version.
And Dragon Force 2.
And Dragon Force 2.
Which is Japanese
And
only.
the Japanese Dragon Force version and the PS3 download. So, that was my number 1.
Right, I shall now go on to my number 1. Now this is a fairly modern inclusion.
Yes.
Now I'm going to say the series instead of the actual game, and I'll go into why my favourite game is that one from the series.
Okay.
Right. Dark Souls. Now for a lot of people, it might be a bit cringy or a bit cliche to say.
I am not surprised that it's reached your top 10.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that it's your number 1. I absolutely love that.
Where shall we start? Okay, I think I'm going to start with why, looking at the rest of my games, why this might be my favourite kind of game. So you know I love Nier, you know I love Devil May Cry, and you know I love RPGs. This, similar to kind of Legend of Zelda, is like an amalgamation of different styles of gameplay all coming together to make what arguably is my favourite kind of game. So,
And also as well, I think you also like games that have a degree
yeah.
of skill to get to start in it. Like when I showed Simon Street Fighter originally, I think it helped that it had a degree of like you've got to understand certain things to be able to
Yeah.
even like kind of come in at the.
Yeah.
And then Dark Souls like kind of is the king of that.
Yeah, I mean, the combat is my favourite combat in any game. I love the RPG elements of kind of like finding weapons, and where they are, and the fact that you have to make some weapons from boss souls. The fights, the music is absolutely insane. Actually, because this is, I think you said on Legend of Zelda that the music helps the game. If you've ever played Dark Souls with headphones on, it's so different to playing it just from TV audio. I can't quite tell you. I did I should probably say that Dark Souls 3 actually is my favourite Dark Souls, and obviously Bloodborne should have a special mention. But I remember the dancer, headphones on.
Oh yeah.
I was shaking. There was by this point I've been through the game about like 10 times, but I think on this occasion I had headphones on. The dancer became different.
It's the atmosphere. It creates such an intense atmosphere, and I remember I want to say a night begins with G. Gwyn.
Oh, Gwyn, yeah. So
Gwyn.
So that's Dark Souls 1.
Simon played me the music on YouTube to that, and it was it was beautiful, but not. It was strange.
I mean, to be fair, that is like the iconic song from the series as well. Just everything about that game. Obviously, all the boss fights. I mean, even some of the bad ones are still incredible. I think that's what's incredible. Is even when this game, I'd say, is even objectively a bit like fine, it's still incredible. The fact that Dark Souls 2, people say, is like it's fine, but fine for a Dark Souls game is still incredible.
Yes.
Oh.
I mean, this game at points. I mean, does this to everyone when they first start now? This game crushed me repeatedly.
Yeah.
Nameless King. Literally.
Yeah.
Okay. I could not do that boss.
Yeah.
But not one time did I go away from it thinking, like, this game isn't good.
Yeah.
Because this game was great, and I think it's the fact of it's so difficult. And some games, if it was difficult and you were thinking they're shit, you'd leave them.
Yeah.
I kept them going back for more and more and more.
Yeah.
And you want to learn.
Yeah.
It's like Resident Evil 4. You want to become an absolute badass in it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I try to do it in Dark Souls 3.
Like, if you want to, it's one of those games that when you understand how hard it is in difficulty level, then you go and watch someone else. It's so fun. Like, I love watching Simon on that game as much as I enjoy playing it.
Yeah.
Which for me is I don't get many games that I enjoy watching.
So I did everything possible in Dark Souls 3. I've even been through Dark Souls 1, I think, 3 times.
Yes.
Dark Souls 2 only once. It's fine. I'm Bloodborne twice. But Dark Souls 3, I think easily it's like 250 hours, which actually isn't really that much. Isn't actually really that much. But in that time, I think that's about like 15 run-throughs. And each run-through, I would do the same thing over and over again, which sounds like a definition of madness, and yet I'd do it again. There's something about that game that just makes me want to go back in it and do it. It's almost like the game is saying to me at the start, prove yourself.
Yeah.
And it's almost like I accept that. Like, fine, I am going to prove myself, and I'm going to complete this game again.
I think one thing we said, like, for games to be in our top 10, one thing we both thought about is, could we plan it right now, and would we go through the whole thing from start to finish again?
And I
think that's what separates these games.
I think genuinely of all my top 10, and especially the top 3, I could, if someone said, all right, I would play in Dark Souls today, I go, that's absolutely fantastic. I can't wait.
Where you get to the realm of, if you're on a desert island and you had one game, in fact, I would be happy with any 3 of those.
Yeah.
Like, give me any of those, I'm happy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So,
guys,
that was our top 10 games each of all time.
Some good variation actually as well.
I mean, I think I worked out that technically, I know we've got like things like could be on 3DS, could be on GameCube, whatever. Yeah. But I think technically all of mine were on different consoles, so that's great. And I think we said that yours was about 7.
I think 7 different consoles.
I know we've mostly had RPGs, but we've covered different things. We've had Fires, we've had RPGs, we've had open world games,
action games.
Yeah. So they were our top 10 games of all time.
And also, that was hard, guys. Yeah, that was genuinely hard.
You know what it's like to be doing top 10. Yeah. So please leave some comments down below. We'd love to know your top 10 games of all time.
Also, tell us how terrible we are at nailing our top 10.
Yeah. All right. And we shall see you soon.